Now, March Madness has begun, and I made my bracket. I haven't talked about it on the show just yet. I picked Villanova to win. Let me know who you picked in the comments section. I have Villanova beating, I believe I have them beating, I think I picked UCLA. Them and UCLA. UCLA, that's. I know it's a stretch, but I'm kind of rooting for them. I hope they win it all. But I have Villanova winning it all. Now, a debate of whether to pay college athletes has obviously, we've talked about it a ton. I'm a big advocate for it. I believe college athletes should get paid at every sport. But here's something that could really push this. Now, will it happen? No, it won't. Because there's too many what about me type of things. And you got to put yourself in the situation too. Would you do it? Now, recently, ESPN analyst Jay Bilas says college basketball players have discussed boycotting the 2017 Final Four. But, and last year, in case you guys remember, this is kind of somewhat talked about last year. And this, of course, talked about in the college football playoff in college football. Now, Bilas disagreed with all of that. He said that the players wouldn't boycott and so on and so forth. I disagree that it won't happen either, but if collegiate athletes really care about getting paid, which they should, and believe that universities are making mega millions off of them while they're struggling just to eat, they're seeing their jerseys sold and they're not getting anything out of it. I mean, players complain they're making $20 now per month just because they wanted, recognition of them being used in a video game. And now there is no video game. We all want EA Sports to make NCAA football, but too many players complained about their likeliness, and they wanted to receive a $20 per month check. Great job, guys. But anyways, if they really want to make a statement, and they really want college athletes themselves and for the future to get paid while playing, boycotting the Final Four would definitely make a huge impact in pushing that forward. But again, it's a lot of players saying, what about me? I can't do this. So, Bilas said one team he had been told had discussed a protest would shock people, though he wouldn't disclose which team, of course. This is what he had to say in a pretty long quote here. I think it's almost offensive to those that are paid and making millions to tell those that are unpaid and the engine generating millions that they are blessed with equally laughable and kind of sad. Because a boycott of the Final Four has been discussed among players and that it is not some crazy notion, that's a fact. It's a fact that's been confirmed by multiple people. It's a possibility. And I think that many have discussed, well, what would happen? What would be the results of it? And the players, it's clear. They have economic power and political power, but they're transcendent. And they're the only college, they're only in college and for a certain amount of time, and it would be a sacrifice, end quote. And it would be, because a lot of these players, you've got a small percentage of them that will go on to the NBA. And they will get a paycheck and they'll be played. And a lot of those guys are more likely to actually say, yeah, we'll boycott. Because they know there's basketball, there's a future, there's a career ahead of them. The problem is those players that won't be playing competitive basketball at any higher level, this is their last shot. So would they give it up? But you look at it and it's hard to say that you would if you were in that situation, but I would like to say, yes, I would be in favor of boycotting if I was one of those players, whether I'm off to the NBA or I'm not, because you will always go down as basically a hero. Kind of just like in war, you sacrificed yourself for hundreds of thousands of others for a right movement, for a good cause. So, Bilas, he goes on to say that it'd be tough for them because, again, this could be their last competitive game that they'll play at the highest collegiate level. What would you do? Are you in favor for it? I don't think it'll happen because, again, it's what about me? Too many players are thinking about themselves and not others. This, if it did happen, it would cause dominoes to fall and all in the right spots for a huge movement in paying collegiate players. Hopefully it does happen. I know it's like, oh, I want to see the Final Four. I know, I do too. I want to see a national championship, but I'd much rather see this because it's better for collegiate athletes. Let me know in the comment section. Tweet me at Short Sports Show. Become a fan on Facebook, The Short Sports Show.